Just getting a few things situated. So, just need to get that situated. That. Sorry, I'm trying to do a lot of things at once, so let me just do some stuff behind the scenes. And then I need. Okay, I believe I have done everything I need to behind the scenes. So then, why is... Okay, well, I am having some rougher weather, so that's to be expected. I need to edit the name of this, so this is 35. Okay, and I'm going to delete the Dragon Rider staff because at this point I have no clue what to title this one. So I'm just going to leave it as that. If you guys, that for those who join, if you guys can come up with something for the stream, go for the name, go right ahead. I mean, right now I just gotta go gather crystals. So the crystal gathering episode does not have a good ring to it. So I know it's been a month since my last stream, and to be fair, I mean, if I look at my channel, I mean, I haven't really done anything for my channel for a while, so there's that as well. But I mean, my last video was also a month ago. My last live was a month ago. So, yeah, I need to get things going a bit further and a lot better. So in that regard, I'm going to minimize you so I can keep OBS up, so I can at least keep keep an eye on the kilobytes per second and dropped frames, as well as the chat since it's incorporated into the right up here. So keep my mouse off screen for the most part. Hello, Ashley. There we go. So, supposedly in the most recent update to the game, Celestia is supposed to be considerably easier. I do not believe. So I need. Is it the spider? I looks like I need spider keepers. Hello. I don't believe I'm going to be in need of crystal sample.
Of crystal.
Thank you, Grandmother Raven, because you're the narrator at the same time. Don't mind me. I hate trying to gather stuff in this area since everywhere
You remove a sample
is
of
not
crystal.
a safe zone. And I do not like getting into worthless, pointless
You remove
fights.
a sample of crystal.
Like I almost did with that Shimmer Widow. Ah! Didn't know there was a spider NPC that we'll be potentially able to talk to.
You remove a sample of crystal.
There we go, and hopefully this is the last sample I need. Didn't know there was a shortcut here. That is nice to know.
You remove a sample of crystal.
Keep going. As I rail right past.
You remove a sample of crystal.
So now I need to go back to talk to Derek. So in theory... Hey, let's not get into a fight. In theory, if I can get to the teleporter, or if I could find where the teleporter was. And never mind, I don't need the teleporter at this point. I could just drive over there. But, so, where have I been the last month? Simple answer, college, with my classwork and all that. And a bunch of other stuff that I will not be getting into. But, basically it's just been my college and getting my projects done. The semester is almost over, and I am also applying for a summer job, so I might get a summer job as a camp counselor, I might not. I do not know. If I marked my location. I'm marked, I swear. Guys, there.
Let me see those samples.
Here you go.
Well, look here. You found yourself a flawless raw crystal. Good job. You could make a living at this if you want to quit wizarding.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need career advice from a ghost.
By the looks of you, I'd guess you're looking to use this crystal to make a dragon rider staff so you can ride a drake. Am I right?
Yes.
I've helped more than my share of dragon riders make their staff, so you came to the right guy. Now that you got that crystal, you're gonna need to cut it into a headpiece. Trouble is, that I can't help you with.
Fair enough.
You're gonna need some expert guidance to cut that crystal. And for that, you need to go talk to the crystal cutter. She lives in the tower down the way.
You know, map, I just want to make sure. Maybe I could just use this. Yeah, that helped. A little. But basically, what I was going to be getting at right now, with the whole having to cut the crystal into shape, my head is just. I just have the scene from Troll Hunters in the background, where they're carving the crystals. God, if this was an edited series, I would have just pulled up a small clip of that, but I can't on live. But, basically, so for me, it's been college and college work. I'm still in college. I'm almost done. And I'm also debating if I should continue for a grad degree in special needs teaching as well. So, I need to talk to a professor about introducing me to another professor who might be willing to take me on as a grad student, but that is to be seen. Why are you trapped in a crystal? Oh, I just broke her out of a crystal. Why do I feel like I'm about to be attacked?
I know. It's ironic. A crystal cutter trapped in a web of crystal. Thank you so much for freeing me.
Oh, so not a fight.
So, you want to make a head for your Dragon Rider staff. I assume you've come to me for that reason? Not too many other reasons to visit this place.
Wow, you're making this sound even more, safer.
It's too hectic around here, though. There are just too many spiders around here to get anything done. Clear some of those crystal spiders out of the area, and I'll help you carve your crystal.
Oh, well, that helps. It's going to be like a yes, it is going to be a 3v1 fight. Good to know. First and foremost, Moonshield would be a good ploy, but so would Dead Zone. For right now. Until I can get a spell that does damage and deploys Dead Zone, right now Dead Zone is one of my better spells for increasing damage. Moonshield seconded to reduce the onslaught of this. Because I do have a feeling I'm going to be attacked, or more traps. Yep, attacked. Ouch, that's a 65. Oh yeah, I forgot my pet is on pixie dust at this point when it comes to healing. Completely forgot about that little quirk of my pet. As long as you fizzle, that's good. Okay, next set of next ice spell I at least will be negating that. I don't need Kia would be good. Then go with Ship of Fools. Go with Kia on the Ancient. That was a waste of a shield. Would have preferred the shield to be hit on you instead. But, like I said, Pixie Dust Rabbit. Another thing I do know, for certain at least, is that majority of you guys, I don't have the percentage right now, but the majority of you guys are not subscribed. I'm sorry, sorry about that. That was bad. I need to work on that a bit better. I need to work on that transition a lot better, but I know for a fact a good majority of you guys are not subscribed, so if you do enjoy these live streams, please hit the subscribe button. Honestly, I enjoy making videos, I love live streaming, and would love to actually build a community on here, so... Let's take the nice sized healing pot and distribute. I really wish KI gave the ability for live steel casters to be able to select who that goes to, or if no one gets the extra health. I'm sorry, since when could they do that? Since when? Developers, I'm sorry, since when could peons cast prisms? I'd love to hear when that became legal. Dead, dead, and dead.
You've done quite a bit. But it's clear that there are just too many crystals. We can't take the chance of a spider barging in on us while we're cutting the head of the staff. How about if we work somewhere else? Meet me back at the house in the first crystal grove.
Okay. I mean... I'm... Okay. You know, there is a... Okay. I'm going to have to ask. Seriously, because as much as it sounds like it could be a fun project, I would love to hear feedback on it first. For potentially doing a... Not really the history or the lore of Wizard101 because it's as convoluted already as it is. I mean, we added time travel twice, multiple times over, but basically for a more ecological slash hierarchical way each world slash area works. Mushu is pretty much an easy one. It's...
There you are. Thanks again for getting me out of trouble back there.
No problem.
So, about that crystal you need cut. I can do it here, but I'll need a few odds and ends that I just can't do without. Spiders use those to create and mold crystal. The bad news is,
of course they're not
going to just hand them to you.
Of course not. Why would they? It would have made more sense if, I was able to loot the bodies and get those items while, passively. That's the thing is, I'll give. If Wizard101 were to add and I will be right back. Okay, I just need to get a certain spell. Thank you. Damn it. You know, if my chair could go higher, I wouldn't mind. Again, I'm not a big fan of the, you know, recording screen doing that. Having the cutoff, that's why I don't sit as high. Let's go with Dear Knight. Come on, Mallory. Please be enough to insta-kill. $391, how much health do you have left? Okay, you're good. Okay, so I will be right back. Well, I thought I was, going to have passively won the fight. Whoops! I have no clue what happened there. Honestly, I don't have a clue. There we go, back up to a good amount of health. I thought the math was done. The math should have been done correctly. Curse. Other one runs in. That's fine. I mean, I'm casting, Deer Knight anyway. Again, since when could they do that? I get that they're supposed to be making the in-game enemy AI harder. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm sorry, can someone please explain why certain things are happening? Because I don't understand why these enemies suddenly are casting prisms or stun blocks. Because it doesn't make sense. Why are you doing this? He should be dead. Next turn. That one should be dead. In 2 turns. Well, next turn as well. Again, I have 3 ice prisms. What is going on here? Actually, no, they're both dead. Wait, you had 133, didn't you? Nope. Okay. I don't... I'm confused. Pop back over to here. Okay, Mikala, Jewel, Bender. I'm gonna... Okay. There we go. Jewel crafting for the staff. There we go.
You've got some good ones there. These will do nicely.
Thank you.
I'm afraid I still can't start. I'm going to need my tools.
Why didn't you tell me that to begin with?
The good news is that they're easy to find. The bad news is that the Titan army was going to take them. The Titan army got chased away by the crystal spiders. So those crates are scattered everywhere throughout the crystal grove.
Again, you could have had me do this while grabbing this the other carving tools that you just had me harvest off. And that's the thing, is, I'll give, if King's Isle added a mechanic where you could actually loot, the enemies, like if the enemies actually had a drop recipe, he's the ice crafter for Dragonspyre crafting gear. But, where was I? if they added a system where you could actually harvest, instead of having the notification of you found this item, or you found, or you did not successfully collect item from enemies, it's, you already have that with reagents in a way. And that's one way we could, KI could get rid of could fix the issue with the reagent system, with the experienced players having metric mountains of reagents at all times.
That's all of them. You need a job. I could use an assistant. Now that you've gotten me my tools, I'm going to need my jewel crafters. I'm afraid it's not going to be easy. Cronius of the Titan army took it back to his tower. You're going to have to go there and bring it back.
Again, if it wasn't for magic, I'm pretty sure this would be a multiple person job to haul that. I am not going the long way, game. Especially when you have the teleporters right here. So that's actually going to be begging the question, actually. For every spider that I have slain in this game, are they, because the ravens in Grizzleheim are all connected to Grandmother Raven in some aspect.
They said all the humans were slain. I welcome this distraction. It has been too long since I have destroyed a wizard.
Maybe you should see a dentist about those hissing S's, because I've met other Draconians who do not hiss their S's. Sure, I was betrayed by them, but they didn't hiss their S's. Let's see. Okay, healing current is nice and all, and so is sacrifice. Let's just do some dark blows to the fire chicken. It's nice being able to see. I'll give. Higher levels, you no longer get the ability to see, you know, the fact that you're taking chunks out of the enemy's health unless you're doing thousands of points of damage. Since when can ye do that? I cry foul as I'm attacking a chicken. I cry foul while attacking a chicken. I'm just glad Lifesteal ignores that shield. That is something that is perfectly balanced. Completely, perfectly balanced. Being able to perfectly negate. Hey, Cronus. Have fun with this. And that's only with the plus 25. If I were to actually have applied the traps and the blades, I probably would have gotten a lot more. I also need to check my stats for my character's statistics again. And my spell deck. I might need to tweak that a bit. Be more focused, I guess. Not focused, but more condensed. Because having a full hand of spells that are not really useful. Like, empowerment would be great if, you know, the power pips counted, but they do not count for empowerment, which I have issues with, but I don't need to heal yet. Okay, you just negated the bonus for the... Actually, that is worth the minus 25. So that minus 25 actually helps me. We'll do a feint, so that's 95. And we're going to get a nice mega hit off of this, and I would love Lord of Night for it. If I could get Lord of Night for this hit, that will be amazing. This will bite. Hopefully I don't have to edit my death counter. I might have to edit my death counter this fight. I need to heal. Okay, but I need to also do damage, so... Ship of Fools... Sacrifice the... Ship of Fools, at least I gain health. I don't lose some to healing. The amount of damage I do to myself negates a portion of what I would have gained. And that's roughly a little more than a pixie. Almost a pixie and a half of healing. So now I will do sacrifice. And that's why I'm saying I don't like using sacrifice, because I took half damage to heal. I took half that healing as damage, so it didn't do much to help me. Okay, now let's get an actual mega hit going, since I have time. There goes that healing. I could go with Mallory again, which probably will be my best move. Because the damage over time stacks with every percentile added, so I might as well keep stacking as well. Unless he keeps spamming Sunbird. If he keeps spamming Sunbird, I'm not going to last long. And next turn we go with Mallory. Or not. I need to look at my accuracy, apparently. This is going to hurt. Ouch. Can I get my pet to heal me? Okay, that at least helped negate that damage I just took. We get the spell I wanted. Can I even raise my chair? Or is it as... Nope, it's not as high as I thought it was. That's why I have it as low as I do. To fit under my desk. Okay, that's part of the problem. Did it fizzle? Yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage. Literally the remainder of its health. Oh boy, we just got a lot of elements. Can't use useless unless I remake a fire wizard. That's useless. Fire Eye Ruby. Could be useful for my fire wizard. Crafter's table. Book pedestal. Is there anything here? Nope. I can't interact with it because I don't have the quest to. Because character-wise, I still have 2 training points. I have a metric crap ton, and I have a 4% accuracy. Okay. Spell deck. I don't need these right now. Technically, I just need one of those. The empowers are good. The sacrifices aren't as good anymore. Having 2 sets of those are good. Having 2 sets of... that is good. Kia sort of is a pip replacement of the blade. So I might actually keep the 3 Kias, 3 Ship of Fools. Okay. I only need one of these. If I can get this off, good. In theory, I could get most of my fights done in 2 attacks. Because that's a 30, that's a 30. 60, 90, 160, 195, 200% damage. Over 200% damage. And that's technically all the spells I need. Technically, I don't even need the empowers. And because Ship of Fools is a direct attack, and Deer Knight is a direct attack, it attacks all both of these attack all enemies. Lord of Night and Kia are rare cases, so I can actually drop them down by 1 each as well. In theory. We'll find out if this method actually is, if what I just did is viable or not. Because if it is, then I won't be spending entire rounds discarding my entire hand, because I should, in theory, at least always have a card that I need in my hand. It now becomes a question of survivability with my health. If the survivability for my health is there, then I do not have issues to work through, is the upside. Hey. Here's your table.
Wow, you got it, and without a scratch. Now that you've gotten me out, you've done so much for me.
As you watch, she carves the flawless raw. The light scatters as it shines through the crystal, and it scintillates with power and magic.
Here you go. Now you need to reassemble the staff. For that, you'll need to take it to Ashley, the fire tree.
Yep. Don't know where this is going to teleport me to. Back over to Zarek. We didn't really ever go to the spider hive, which I'm somewhat glad, but that means we're going to be coming back here most likely. So, how is everyone? I know it's been almost an hour into the stream, and I'm now just asking how everyone's day is going. But right now, when it comes to content where it's like, okay, I just need to walk all... You know, it would be nice if they gave this guy a name. Because he's not... Actually, he's not the only tree here.
Hello there. I seen something in your possession. You're carrying the pieces of the... Now that you've gotten all the pieces of the staff, go inside the pyromancy school. In there, you can use the fire forge to assemble
Veil
the
of
pieces the staff
Mortification.
and forge your own dragon rider stuff.
Okay.
On the hot metal of the fire forge, you assemble the staff. You then attach the crystal head to the staff.
And now talk to Ashley
You've
again.
done it! That's the finest dragon rider stuff I've ever... I can't believe that another dragon rider has risen from the academy, especially an outsider like you. With that staff, the dragon master down at the hatchery may be able to help you if he can. Please, go speak with him.
Dragon Rider staff, no auction, yeah. But yeah, we're actually coming pretty close to the end once again. Now we do have to head back to the forum, well, back to the Basilica of Saint Tomi, if anyone could get that reference. And then go back over to here to... Like I said, I knew we were going to have to backtrack a bit. I think this is the Death School crafting gear. Yes, it is. Now, I doubt any of this is actually any better. Oh, it comes close to the crown gear I got from the loyalty shop. Valid reason to use Dragonspyre crafting station. Okay. These ones are better than my current gear as well. 281. I mean, I lose resistance to Death School, but I gain a lot more health. Master Artisan only. And anything technically is better than nothing that is. So, if I look at my quest, what's my current crafting quest? Rings of Apotheosis. And to make the Rings of Apotheosis, I need Ghostfire, Diamonds, and Black Lotus. Of course, I forgot about that whole... I need to go farm Mushu for those. For Diamonds, those are rare reagents. I mean, if... I'm going to make a... This is going to be a joke of myself because I highly, highly doubt that there are going to be anything in the bazaar. And I don't think I have the transmutes. And with how the bazaar is now, with the issues of still having bot sniping, do I have any loyalty point? Oh, I do. Claim tokens. I have 4. I cannot get this. Dang. Okay. Oh, I could get the freaky Floromancer. Actually, I want to save my loyalty points for right now. Because I am drawing closer to the end of Dragonspyre. And he wanted 2 Rings of Apotheosis, right? So I need I doubt I'll be even able to buy 1. Yeah. Not surprised. Like I said, this is getting sniped like no tomorrow. Wait, we can sell jewels in it? Wow, okay. And we could buy pins. They're expensive. So I can actually buy these now, which is interesting. Cracked. So these give me more accuracy, but I can only get about 4% extra. The crit act damage. Flat damage or flat damage. If these weren't flat damages, they would be worth it, but since they are... I mean, the piercing one makes sense. $18 flat, 8% critical rating right there. It's just... I mean, the 44 flat damage to shadow magic, when at 95, when the base for death is half that, it's not even funny. I mean, these go up to 155, and they're not great. So these ones are just going to be the... Tier 1s are going to be the ones that are probably going to be the interesting ones. Because some of them, I don't know if they actually allow the, so they're not allowing the spell effects. Okay, that makes sense. Balance. Why is that death school only? I don't understand why these would be death school. Balance, fire. I mean, I don't understand why death school would be using life, balance, disabling. It's like, I don't understand why. Doesn't make sense. Like, death conversion, a death wizard cannot use this. And that's for probably the power pips. So, if I wanted to convert to something else, sure, I get that. But I don't understand that at all. Okay. Like I said, anything technically is better than my current fairy key boots, but the shield and when it comes to health, anything is better. Yes, but right now the health isn't a problem. But I was hoping that I wouldn't have to transmute for diamonds. Now I can potentially get diamonds from ore. It just is considered a rare harvest. And the fact that I need 40 of them, actually, if I go home, I might have enough. I haven't done a clear dump into my bank in a while, so also I have some gauntlets that I added, and I used some of the tweaking features to get this to be sunken in like it's actually a part of the landscape. So the Nightmare Gauntlet is right out here. We got one other gauntlet over in the cemetery because it sort of fit with the temple. The wonderful shrine of free objects. Well, the sarcophagus of free objects. I sort of put a little bit of a village here because, like, I had the outdoorsy stuff to do that. I can actually throw down another lamp, actually. A draconian street light, which I don't mind doing, actually. This could look decent. Like right here on the edge, just for ambience. But none of the Mushu stuff really fit. Well, actually, the boulder sort of does. In a way. And if I were to do the advanced movement, and up its sensitivity a bit, that at least makes it look like the rose is at least coming out from under, like the roots are underneath the rock itself. And it still does its job at blocking with the rose, so can't walk on it. It actually looks pretty good as is. But I have a lot of stuff that I can't really do anything with. Except if I'm inside. And the reason I came to my house was to throw stuff into the bank and check my crafting reagents. Not even enough. Wow. Okay, I thought maybe I did. Black Pearl. I don't have regular harvest. Black Lotus. I have, you know, plenty of that for the Rings of Apotheosis. So I have the 40 of that. I don't have the Ghostfire. The Ghostfire I think I have to buy from a vendor. I think I need more ectoplasm anyway. Golden. Grendel. So we're already past Ghost. Like, I could actually move some of the stuff here. I need the Black Lotus. I don't need the bones. Everything... I'm going to do this bit later. Spellements, on the other hand, I will gladly toss now because there's not much I can do with them. Especially since I don't plan on using any of the Fire School spells or any of these spells on my current wizard. So that's more or less why I'm throwing these out now. Of course, I'm going to have to look at what I did specialize in. For, my spells, because I am pretty low on training points. Okay, Snow Shield. I mean, having that at least gives me some safety. But again, with enough life leech, it's not even funny. Card. Do I not have a card crafting table? I do, and I don't have any of the transmutes. That's a problem. Okay, so now I know for future reference. Teleport back to the Necropolis. So I need to get those transmutes, which I think I can get from the vendor who gave me the Ring of Apotheosis. Castamere Silverdrake. Okay, so he's by the teleporter hub. Ah, you again. Hello, Castamere.
It's good to see you again. I see that much has changed about you.
Not really.
You've got a Dragon Rider staff. I can hardly... The Mother Drake still watches over the hatchery. Even after all this time. She'll know if there are any Drake eggs left.
Hopefully she does. Like I said, I knew I was going to be back here anyway. How far... Yeah, she's on the other side, so I might as well just teleport. And almost run straight into an enemy. Hello, Ancient Matriarch.
Welcome to the hatchery. I suspect I know why you're here.
If it's for a Drake egg, then that would be yes.
Many have come to this place, seeking my children. But you are the first, and I have secured my clutch of eggs within the house. Further, I can sense that only a few remain, though I do not know where they rest. If you would become a dragon rider, go there and find one of the last few Drake eggs.
But why do I have a feeling there's a boss fight coming? Oh, probably because I haven't had a boss fight this entire... Well, no. Chronos. I had the Draconian. I had one boss fight. In the last hour, I've only had one boss fight. What the... hold it. Sir, does anyone else notice something wrong with the spider? Like, maybe it's a little bit more on the, high luminous side. Like it should be illuminating the space underneath it. Generating light. Okay, so for the most part, yes, the spells I have are directly the direct input I needed. Because I'm actually not having to discard the entire hand this time. I actually have stuff I can do. You know, it doesn't really matter that I'm not an ice wizard. Though I may end up, when we go into ice spell weaving, if it's viable for death and is PvE friendly. Since I've already stepped into ice for the most to get the shield. I don't necessarily need to spend any training points in life school. Okay, we got all of that. This... Oh yeah, I didn't need tower shield because I have one provided by my gear. Yes. My mistake. I have now 4 shields, basically, in my spell deck. You bite. But I don't think that minus 25 is actually going to amount to diddly. And since this was a one-on-one fight, there was no point in me using the AoE spells. Congratulations, you negated one of those traps. You're dead. And couldn't really do any damage to me as well. That was the biggest surprise. Okay, yeah, I figured So this is a dungeon crawler, basically. Perfect. That's an immediate bonus. That won't, in theory, get negated. I don't think either one of them has something that can negate this. Okay, we go with the blade, then we get another blade. If I could get curse on both of them, that'll work marvels. Or if I could just get a death trap on both of them. Be right back. Okay, I have no clue what has gone by. I think my rabbit just did pixie dust. At this point, I need to wrap this battle up, so I'm not going to care about my bonuses. And I will have to go on an extended break. That should still do a magic crap ton of damage. And battle is over. Yes, the battle is over. Okay. Hopefully there isn't another battle, but guessing by that number, it's going to be several floors. No, this is the final floor if you have the lava ceiling. But like I said, I will be right back. Sorry if anyone gets nauseated by this. sorry for that. I'm gonna have to actually end the stream here. Something just happened and killed the mood I was in. So, sadly, I have to end the stream here. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Sorry if any of you are nauseated from that break. And I'll see you guys on